Well, I woke up to winter today and I am so happy about it. I just came back from the outhouse. I've had a few snowfalls so far, up in the mountains and further north. And, winter-like conditions definitely hit the north of the Yukon a lot sooner, but now it is winter all across the north and it's here to stay. So this isn't a little phase, this is the start of winter. And yeah, like I said, I'm super excited about it. So I actually had quite a big past few days running on very little sleep. So today I forced myself to sleep in. And yeah, I'm really excited now for like a cozy little morning. It is such a beautiful day in the forest. I am so stoked on this. I'm so excited about winter being here. And I know it's just going to get a lot colder over the next few days. So getting out today, enjoy this kind of heavy snowfall. And yeah, just savor probably the warmest part of winter. But it's been really nice to be up here in the Yukon for so long. Although actually right now I'm technically in northern BC, but you can only access it from the Yukon. But when I first came up here, it was like late spring. I enjoyed the transition from spring into full-on summer up in the Arctic, and then summer in the Yukon, and all of autumn all over southern Yukon. It was so nice. It's such a glorious, extended, super colorful autumn for up here. And then savor the last few days of autumn, which I shared in the last video. It was really nice. And now it's winter. I'm so excited. I'd actually love to not drive today, but I need to drive to make power to keep us warm. So Frank's back in the van, super toasty. I got the heat cranking before I left, turned it off, left him wrapped up, and yeah, he's gonna be good and warm until I get back. And yeah, I'm just really enjoying this. I feel like I've never enjoyed the coming of winter as much as I am right now. So I've made it back to my van. That was such a nice walk, and I love to see that there's snow on that part of the roof, because that means that the insulation job I did last winter with adventure van man Brian was effective, because before that would have all melted and then there would have been icicles. So that's great. It's holding the heat And yeah, if you haven't subscribed to Brian's channel, you should totally check it out. He's super chill and he's been doing van life as long as me, so he's got a lot of good insights. But actually, before I go inside in my van and say hi to Frank and disturb him from his cozy slumber, there were some people fishing here this morning. And just as I got back, they were planning to leave and they had a fire going. And they asked me if I wanted to hang out at it instead of them putting it out. So I'm gonna hang out by this cozy fire for a little bit and just, yeah, really enjoy winter. It was such a nice treat to come back from a snowy hike to a fire. That was not my favorite driving conditions at all, but I have very good tires and I have quite a bit of experience driving in the snow, and I'm more than happy just to take it real easy. So we have made it to camp for the night. It's just like a little rest area that has 3 camping sites. It's called a picnic area, but I know it's fine to camp here. It's right on the lake. There's a beautiful view of the mountain, and there is not much snow on the ground here, although it is a lot colder. I have the heat on. Frank is cozy, and it's gonna get quite a bit colder over the next couple days. So before that can happen, I'm gonna do something I don't really want to do. I'm gonna climb up into my box on the back on the roof rack and get out some of my winter supplies so that I am ready. And when I get to Whitehorse in a couple days, I have some errands I need to do to get more ready for winter because my wiper blades iced up on the drive today. And I've had ones in the past that didn't. So I need to find some winter wipers. So I got down 4 extra sets of gloves of varying warmth and waterproofness, my gaiters and my micro spikes. Because the snow is sticking. Well, we are settled in for a cozy night. It's gonna be dark within an hour. Frank is fed and snoozing. I'm gonna start reading this book. Adam is a very good writer. He is a true Canadian adventurer. Goes into some really wild places on some long journeys while also exploring the history. So I think this is gonna be kind of like an adventure tale that includes the history of like a spooky event. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, it was just a great day, a great start to winter. I'm really looking forward to this season. And the thing about being on the road is, I mean, I'm always moving places, right? And sometimes I go places and I especially like them. And if I'm lucky, I also end up making friends there. And this was one of those places which made it hard to leave. Kind of a bummer to say bye to like people I've started to get to know, but I'll definitely be back here and I look forward to coming back and seeing friendly faces. And, you know, I feel really grateful to be somebody who can connect with people easily and make new friends, even when I'm only in an area for like a week or so. And that's not like a skill that everyone has. And so yeah, it's bittersweet, that's for sure. Alright, real quick, this video is sponsored by Element. I'm a huge fan of Element and really appreciate them sponsoring so many of my videos. If you're not aware, Element is a super tasty electrolyte drink mix, and electrolytes are super important in the body because they play a vital role in tons of different functions. But when you sweat, you lose electrolytes, which is why it's so important to replenish them, and that's why I've been drinking electrolyte mixes for about 6 or 7 years now. Of all the ones I've tried, Element is by far my favorite. And as you know, I love getting out hiking and occasionally even working up a sweat. But one of the big reasons that I actually drink electrolyte mixes is that I'm not good at drinking enough plain water to stay properly hydrated. So I would much rather add Element, which has this science-backed blend of electrolytes, natural flavor, and stevia, which is this plant for sweetening, as opposed to drinking soda or carbonated bubbly waters, which give me headache, or like a bunch of juice and things like that that are full of calories and sugars and just don't actually also benefit me. So it's kind of a win-win in my books. And so whether you would like to try Element for the first time or you're a repeat buyer, if you go to drinklmnt.com/tidelineToAlpine, you will get this sample pack with any purchase. The sample pack includes all 8 flavors of the Element drink mix so that you can see which one you like best or share with a salty friend. So once again, that is drinklmnt.com/tidelineToAlpine. You'll get the sample pack no matter how many times you've ordered in the past. So every time you do order Element, go to the link, get the sample pack. And if you don't like it, they have a no hassle money back guarantee. So there's really no loss. With all that said, a huge thank you to Element for continuing to sponsor my channel. It's really impactful on my life. And now I got a great Aurora show for you. Oh, it is so cold out there. I wish I'd gotten up a little earlier, but it was cloudy and kind of snowy when I went to bed. And then I woke up and I couldn't see anything going on out this window. So I was just snuggling with Frank. And then finally I was like, I should take a look because the forecast was good. And yeah, it was nice. I don't know how long I was out there for. Like an hour, just filming and stuff. It's kind of like a bit too bright to see the Aurora now, but yeah, it'll be probably another 45 minutes until there's any sunrise color. So I'm gonna make some coffee, some decaf, of course. But yeah, it's something to get warm. Whew, I got frostbite working in the north a bunch of years ago. I used to work a little bit in uranium exploration in northern Saskatchewan, and I got frostbite on my pinky finger. And so that's how I tell when it's like properly cold out, is that it starts to hurt a little bit. And you know, my face was like kind of going a little numb, but worth it. Oh, I mean, such a good way to start the day. I'm in a great mood. Frank, I think you should start your day feeling as excited as I do. There you go. Yeah, bud. I get Aurora and sunrise, and you get a nice treat. Alright, good morning again. Frankie and I just had a nice big nap and snuggle because I only got about 5 hours of actual sleep last night. And so I was just going to make like a second coffee, and I don't know what happened, but I knocked the pot off the back corner of the table, like down into here. And right away I got up and I opened the doors to like wipe all up, but already so much of it had just like instantly froze. So like the footwell is like all icy, and that's, yeah, it's really cold. Like I keep saying. And there's just some challenges associated with that. And yeah, you know, like the heater, which I just turned back on, keeps my van very warm, and I wear all sorts of layers. I'm wearing 2 pairs of pants, and we were snuggling in the sleeping bag. I had a really warm nap, but yeah, the doors aren't insulated, and they're metal, and they're cold. They're really cold. And so even though it's noon and the sun is shining, yeah, that water I dumped, like there's just a layer of ice now. But the front window is clear, which is amazing because I napped with the curtains open and the heat blasting and then the sun coming in. So it melted all the ice that was inside the window and dried that up. So I'm gonna have coffee and do some writing, and then we're gonna get on the road. Look at these other travelers are on the road. They pulled in just now with their wood stove going. That is so cute. Yeah, like I said, it's cold. Ooh, a doggy! Happy doggy. That is a thick layer of ice right there that pooled as the window melted. And we got Frank. You ready to hit the road, bud? Questionable. That's questionable by the look on your face. You're very cute. Look at that. Precious. Precious, buddy. I love you. Oh, come on. You got so much chicken this morning. I'm out for a little walk right now, and I am bundled up. I got my puffy vest and my jacket and gloves and toque and sunglasses because it's bright with the snow. And yeah, just a short one today, but I'm trying to get out every day and not let the cold deter me, because it's just gonna get colder over the next few days. Right now it is -6, feels like -9 according to the nearest town, and it's just gonna keep dropping. So by morning it's supposed to be like -15 or something, and the next morning like feels like -20. So yeah, it's not getting any warmer for a few days, so going to enjoy it while I can. It is so nice up here. It's beautiful. Nice view of the lake, got all the limestone behind me. No mountain goats today, but that's alright. Yeah, the sun is so nice. I think I'm gonna head down and go to camp early, not far down the road. We stayed there on our way south, and yeah, like see if Frank wants to hang out in the sun a bit, because I don't think he's really going to want to spend much time outside the next couple days, which is fine because his foot needs to just keep healing. So he should stay off it as much as possible, but I cannot overstate how stoked I am that I have stayed up here this long and that I get to enjoy the first real cold snap throughout the southern Yukon and the start of winter. I'm excited. And yeah, we'll see. I'm just taking it day by day, as always. Hello from the ground. I fell. I slipped on the ice. It's so icy. Ow, my butt hurts. Oh. Oh. There's like groundwater running down the trail at this point, and these shoes don't have much traction, so yeah, I just landed right on my butt, and backpack saved my back, and oh, I have a lens in there. Hopefully that's fine. I didn't hear a crunch, so I don't think I broke any glass, but smacked my palm. It's alright though. It's alright. I'm not upset about it. It's just pretty funny. I just thought I'd share a little bit of the reality of winter, especially, you know, like I don't actually live up here full time, so like I'm not as prepared for winter as probably anyone who lives up here. So yeah, I think that's the end of these shoes for now. Alright, so I obviously don't want to hang around outside to cook, but I'm super hungry and I really need like a filling hot meal. And so I went under my bed into the storage and I dug out a bunch of awesome stuff. This is what I'm most excited about. I've been saving this for so long. Marinated gourmet mushrooms. That's going to be a great snack for when I'm just hungry. I don't feel like cooking. I brought out another thing of pasta, 2 more things of carton potatoes. I found a jar of nut and seed butter. It's great for snacking when you're hungry. And then this is what I was going for, the diced tomatoes and a can of beans for making dinner tonight. I also found corn and refried beans. So excited. And I pulled out a bunch more of my camp meals. Have some instant food. And I found snacks. I didn't know I had these. Coconut strips and more ginger, which is awesome because I do like to eat ginger every night. Oh, I also found this little can of diced green chilies. So I'm going to put that in dinner tonight. And I found my stash of broth cubes and sipping broth. This is great because I can just then have just like a warm cup of broth at night. But I also brought out some more teas that I had. I have like some rooibos, some chai, and this one my friend Holly gave me. An evening in Missoula, so I'm excited for that. I found my instant lemon extract, so I can just have like warm lemon water. I found a couple of these Alpine Start Dirty Chais. Awesome. That's a nice treat. I found this bag of cacao beans. Oh, when I just need like a little boost of energy, because now that I've been getting up super early, I get a little sleepy. I also found this. Doesn't look like much, but this is like hot chocolate mix that I made. So it's like cacao powder and I think a bit of maybe sugar and coconut milk powder. So I'm excited for that. And I found a bag of condiments. So there's hot sauce in here. I'm going to put in tonight's dinner. So I'm so excited. There was so much food under my bed and so much food in that cupboard. And I made a video about it before I came north. And I have made just a teeny tiny dent in my stored food supply. And I feel like I've been eating so much of it for months now. It's amazing. It feels so good to have so much food on hand. I find so much like sense of calm and security from just having food on hand. And yeah, it's really good. So I'm going to make some dinner now, but first I'm going to dig into these mushrooms. All right, I'm gonna finish watching the sunset from in here. I've had to reheat my dinner because I finished just as the sunset was starting, and then it went off for quite a while. It was really nice. I'm hungry. Ooh, I'm gonna warm my hands on the pot. So nice. It's so icy out there. It's just gonna get colder. I'm so excited for it though. I keep saying I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining about it being so cold. I'm super stoked on it, but it's a little painful at times. Came on very fast. So yeah, I'm stoked on this dinner. Hopefully it tastes good. I was just kind of craving beans and tomatoes. I knew I had canned beans and canned tomatoes. So this is diced tomatoes, black beans, hatch green chilies, and then some water and some oil. And then I seasoned it with salt and pepper, coriander, cumin, dried cilantro, 1 cube of onion broth cube, and 1 vegetable broth cube, and then 3 packs of Taco Bell hot sauce. Oh, that is so nice, the heater on my back. And a bunch of chili flakes. So, and I want a little bit of honey. And I just made like a soup. And it was super quick. It was maybe like 15 minutes to cook, and all canned or dried ingredients. So it's like something that you could make anywhere, really easy on any heat source without needing to worry about keeping ingredients fresh or at any particular temperature. So yeah, it's a very accessible meal. And you know, sometimes I get in phases where I'm really into cooking, and sometimes like I just want to make food and I don't want to fuss about it, but I'm never willing to come up with an idea just for the sake of filming it. Like what you see me make on my channel that's just how I eat. And I'm just not willing to put on a show when it comes to food, and some of you might find that disappointing, and maybe that makes me a bad YouTuber, but yeah, I just I'll just share what I'm eating, what I would be eating if I wasn't in videos. Oh yeah, and I already have a plan for this because I won't eat all of this tonight. Tomorrow after my hike, I'll take the leftovers, I'll add some water, I'll heat it up, and then I'll add some of those carton potatoes, and that'll be really good too. So I'm already looking forward to like what I'm gonna do with the leftovers. But with that said, I'm gonna enjoy dinner and just have a cozy night with Frank, and we'll see you when I see you, like tomorrow. Or maybe in the middle of the night if the Aurora comes out. I don't know. I can't say what's going to happen. It's been a pretty cold day today. My rating system is if I have to turn the heater on at all, it's cold. And if I have to leave the heater on all night, it's really cold. So last night was really cold when I woke up. It was -14 Celsius. And some of the lake had frozen over, which was beautiful. And so I do have to go into Whitehorse tomorrow. So I've driven almost back to Whitehorse. I'm just staying at a territorial campground, which is free this time of year, although most of it's closed. I think I'm in the day use area, but I don't really care. When I got here, the day had warmed up to -10. So I went for a little walk and it was really nice. And it was really cool to see the creek starting to freeze over. This video has kind of been like sharing my excitement for being up here with winter beginning and like how much I'm loving the snow and the cold, which leads me to like probably a big question you might have, which is, am I going to stay here all winter? And I would love to, but it's a big but. The first is I don't think Frank would really like that, honestly. I don't think that would be fair to him. So it's a no. As much as I've always dreamt of spending a winter up here in the north in a cozy cabin, eating soup and reading by candlelight and watching the Aurora Borealis and snowshoeing when the sun's out and writing and just chopping wood and sitting by the fire. Like that is a dream of mine and it will 100% happen someday. But aside from it not being fair to Frank, I do also have medical appointments down south that I've waited more than a year for because the BC healthcare system is total crap. It has to do with when I fainted and had that bad concussion the June before last. So that's like 16 months ago now. I will need to leave here eventually in order to make it for that, but I still have a couple more weeks up here and I'm really excited for it. So hopefully you will stick around to enjoy that with me. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Got a big day in town tomorrow, so I really appreciate you watching all the way through. A huge thank you to patrons, and I got a cute clip of Frankie all cozy and snuggled up to send you off on your way. So I'll see you soon.